animal that they had to research, and then they had to build an enclosure to meet the needs of that animal's natural habitat. And when I added the NPCs, but I couldn't figure out how to get, because I was hosting the world, how to get them to be world builders. It didn't seem to work, so they couldn't edit the NPCs. So they ended up writing a little paragraph, and I typed it in for them about their character and how their enclosure met the needs of the animal.
Okay.
I don't know whether it was because I was hosting that they couldn't be world builder.
Yeah. But you can give them world builder rights. So you can do give and at and the name of the player world builder in your hosted world.
Yeah.
So you can give it to them individually and take it back.
The reason I was asking about whether they could open doors or not, with the grade 5s last term 4, I did a focus on e-safety with them, and they made a labyrinth maze, and when you got to each dead end it said, oh, you spoke to a stranger online, turn back and go back another way, like that kind of thing, like e-safety tips. But it would have been really good if they were able to use NPCs to ask questions about e-safety, and if you choose the right one, you get to go through to the next section of the maze. Yeah. It never even occurred to me that they could do that. So, and I didn't know how to do it. I was brand new to Minecraft at that point.
So
but that would be good for this year.
They could teleport them back to the start, or those sort of commands can be used as well. It's just a matter of tinkering with what you want to add.
Yep. So that would be good. I'll look at something like that this year then.
So if you say, you could have it so that if you say, did you speak to a stranger, and they say no, it gives them a reward, or it opens the door so they can continue. And if they, you might use redstone to program the door, and then after that you could have, you spoke to a stranger and it teleports them back to the stage before or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but you can give individual students world builder rights.
Okay.
It's just a matter of playing with all the commands. Yeah, we're just waiting on Taylor, I think, to come back. While we're waiting, it's always good for a castle to have a sign. So, if you want to go in and add a sign on your castle, I get back into the game. So I've put welcome to Stucky Castle. It's just a matter of getting a sign out of your inventory. So going to inventory, getting a sign, putting the sign in your hotbar, and then placing a sign, and when you do, it will come up with the text editor for you to tell it what to write. So while we're waiting, you might want to put a sign on your castle.
A traveler has appeared outside my castle. He wants to trade with me.
Oh, nice. Let me just see who we've got. Juggling my screens around here. Okay, waiting on Taylor. Taylor's coming in on 2 different things. And Chloe. Got everybody back?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. I'm on a different computer now.
Yep. We have two Taylors. You're double value.
I
Yeah, you can change the name of that if you want, like castles. That's what will come up as duck.
So we're just saying while we're waiting, we're putting a sign in front of our castle because the castle has to have a name. And you can use a lot of good things like signs, boards, all of those can impart information about a certain piece of work.
Yeah, the diamond thing. So go back to open it, so go down. And then /Q.
So Kirsty, do you just want to tell people about what you were saying about the maze that your students were building and what you were thinking of doing?
Yeah, so term 4 last year was my very first attempt at using Minecraft. And because I teach Digitech, I had to think of ways to incorporate some of the... Oh, someone's...
We're getting some feedback. If you're not talking, you might just want to mute
oh, yeah.
for a sec.
So I had to incorporate some of the outcomes for digital technologies. So with the grade 5s, I got them to create a labyrinth maze, and each of the dead ends or each of the trapdoors or whatever, there was a sign saying like tips about e-safety. So sorry, you spoke to a stranger, you need to turn back, or you were posting unkind phrases online on other people's profiles, so you need to turn back and find another way, that kind of thing. But I was thinking with the non-playing characters, if we could have doorways instead, where it actually asks them a question with some answers, and if they choose the correct answer, it lets them through to the next section of the maze. So if I can figure out how to do that, I will maybe incorporate that into my plan for this year.
Cool. So I was saying it could be a combination of the NPC and command blocks and or redstone are different ways you could come at that. And indeed, redstone's the next thing we're going to look at. So if everyone's put a sign on their castle, that's cool because we want a sign. And I'm just going to go back to the short PowerPoint that I had for our session, because I just wanted to remind myself of where we're heading next with the NPCs and the like. So for your NPC, one of the things I really like to give kids on the start of an adventure is the camera. And I know you've heard me talk about this before, that the camera tool is a really great way of kids recording the moments of learning that they think were important. And so you can have some kind of test or task at the very beginning, and like this one suggests, could give them the camera and the portfolio, and there you're off on your adventure now. Record your photographs into your portfolio. So it gives them that kind of idea of a notebook or reflections as they go through whatever it is they're doing. So I think it's a really great way to look at how they can have items that you want them to focus on. And I think Minecraft's a really great opportunity to do that student engaged assessment where the kids are thinking about what was important and why was it important to them at that time. Because kids can struggle with something for a really long time, you know, which piece of research is important, or I read 10 articles and I couldn't work out which was the most important fact or whatever, or I put 5 bullet points and I thought this was the best summary. But you won't see that if all you're looking at is the end task. So the kids' reflection, the picture with the student reflection is a pretty powerful point of assessment on what they were doing. You know, like if they're choosing for, in the rubric it said the museum custodian had to give you 2 pieces of information about about that section of the museum, well, they could talk about how they chose the 2 pieces that they offered. You know, why were these 2 pieces of information important to give to visitors to the museum? And that's pretty powerful learning when they're able to articulate that. So I just wanted to show you this as a reminder, because I think, oh no, I do not want to update anything in the middle of this, no. Software updates coming up on my machine, sorry. So yeah, so thinking about how you can build in, even if you had a pretty open-ended task, an NPC could introduce the task and give the students the tools you want them to use on their way through the activity. And it can do that even in survival. So you could give them tools as part of their kit in the survival world. So think about that. Even if you're doing a very open-ended task, you could program an NPC that tells them the task, gives them what they need to head off, and sends them off in the right direction. Are there any questions about NPCs before we move on? They're pretty cool. And I think it switches Minecraft into a more game-like mode when you get to that point. So yeah, you can, and an NPC can send you to the next NPC to collect the next piece of your task or challenge or puzzle. So, you know, they can be all throughout the world. All right, we're going to now look at Redstone. Have any of you had experience with Redstone? Kirsty, you might have.
I haven't used it myself, but I've had students use it and I have no clue how to do it.
Okay, cool. Well, this is very much an intro to Redstone, and like NPCs, it's something you need to experiment with, but it's pretty powerful. If you think about, take your home or school that you're currently sitting in, if you took electricity out of that, how little you could operate. Well, in Minecraft, Redstone is the circuitry, it's the electricity, it's the capacity for things to be interactable and to turn on and turn off. And you can get to very complex things like creating musical instruments to computers and calculators. So it can be used to power quite substantive things in Minecraft. One of the things I promised I would do, and I think it's very relevant to this group, is give you a list of child-friendly YouTubers. People who do great work with Minecraft on YouTube, but are appropriate for kids to look at. Because there are some fun YouTubers who would teach the kids how to do quite extensive things and they could enjoy looking at them. By all means, you don't want to just send them out to YouTube, because there's also some very adult and very irresponsible people who, you know, YouTube around Minecraft. But I promised I would create a list for everybody of some child-friendly ones that you could get your kids to look at and learn, and they can use those to learn further activity. All you need to know, and this is, you know, research backed, is you have to know enough so you know the capability of Redstone and have looked at a little bit of the top end to say, okay, challenge your kids to work out a problem or a way to do something quite substantive, even if you don't know how to do it yourself. But you know that it is doable and you know the capacity of it. So like any circuit in your house, in your school, wherever you're sitting right now, it has components. So there's the power component, what provides the power to the circuit. And in Redstone, you may have a switch or a torch or a number of different things. And then you have what transmits the power from one place to another. And that's going to be Redstone dust or repeaters or comparators. So Redstone only operates over 15 blocks. And after that, you have to put in a repeater so that it can continue to operate. If you wanted to transfer electricity, think of it as electricity, more than 15 blocks. So there are some substantive components. And then there's the thing that it affects, the mechanism that it creates an action on. So pistons, lamps, dispensers, all sorts of things can be created to dispense things. What do you think might happen in the picture that you've got there on the right of the screen? So there's a switch and there's 3 blocks of TNT.
We're still seeing your PowerPoint.
Oh, so you should still see the PowerPoint.
So we're looking at a YouTube video of a non-playing character.
Oh.
You're on. It's on slide 9.
Okay. So you're not seeing the sign that says Redstone?
No.
No. Okay. I'll stop and do that again. I don't know. I'm too many screens open.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you think might happen there? There's a switch at the bottom left, if you're not sure what that is. And then there's 3 blocks of TNT.
They'll blow up.
Okay, so if I flip the switch, it's going to ignite 3 blocks of TNT. So what you see between it, this is the redstone dust, essentially the circuitry. The switch connects is the power. So we flip this, it's on or off. And then the thing that it's going to act upon is the blocks of TNT. That's going to make a mighty big hole somewhere. And we will do this in a sec, just to have a bit of fun, but we won't do it right next to the castle, perhaps, that we're building. But perhaps we want to create a lake to go with the castle. Okay, so let's get into looking at what we can do. And I posted this tutorial link. It's a really nice little tutorial by a classroom teacher, and she's built a little walkthrough of using Minecraft, and I rather like it. I think it speaks nicely to teachers because I think she's a 3rd or 5th grade teacher in the United States. So it's quite a nice little tutorial to go through in your own time. So I'll just jump back to Minecraft. It's annoying that this doesn't change what I'm sharing while I'm in it. Yeah. Because it would be easier if it did. So let's go back into Minecraft and I'll share that when I get in. And we're going to do some work with redstone. Or maybe it should be doing that and I'm just not toggling it right. Okay, so resume game, we're back in. I put my castle sign up, welcome to Stucky Castle, even though I haven't built my castle yet, I'll work on that later. But I'm just gonna go out into some open area. And I'm just going to look at perhaps building something redstone in this area. So we wanna go into our inventory again. And we're just going to go to redstone and it'll show us all the redstone components that are in the world. So we have redstone dust, which is what we're going to use at the moment. So we want to grab that and drop it into our inventory. And you'll see there redstone repeaters and comparators. We won't go into those today, although the repeater, as I said, just extends the circuit beyond 15 blocks. And we want to go and get a switch for now. Oh, lever, sorry. I've got to remember the names. A lever. Put in the world. Okay, and back into the world. We should, and make sure you've got a door in your, still got a door in your collection. So get your lever and you want to lay that down somewhere in the world so it looks like that. Okay, so that's an on-off thing. If you right mouse click on it, it will switch the other way, on or off. And then I'm going to place maybe a few blocks away, I'm going to place a door. So I want to go to the slot my doors in and place a door. Oh, and not break the blocks. So grab a door, fill my hole in.
Oh, but I don't. Is it supposed to face the right way?
Okay, so I have my on-off switch. I have my creation of power. I have my thing I want it to operate on, and now I need to lay a circuit out between it. So I need to get the redstone and lay it out on the path between the switch and the door. I want to get some grass. How are we going? Everyone doing better than me? Oh, I took
Yeah,
my
mine works.
Mine just keeps. Oh, I've gone a bit too close. I'm too close to my castle.
I don't know.
Might be. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go further away.
The door's facing the wrong way.
Dropping, let me place it. You must have
Sorry, I didn't hear that question.
My door won't let me place it. It just lets me drop.
What, is it on grass?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why it won't place it?
it won't place. It only gives me the option to drop or mine.
So you're using the M that we found?
Yeah,
Place?
but it won't even let me do the M. Oh, now it is. Don't worry. Thank you.
No, it's not. The frailties of things. Okay. So I'll just close my door.
Life easier.
And you should then have the very basic circuit to open your door. Yeah?
Yeah.
Open and close your door with a switch.
Oh, okay.
So that's the very basics of redstone, the three components: the power thing, the pathway, the circuitry, the redstone dust, and then the thing you want to act on.
How do I use this?
So you want to go back to your castle, and you might want to put in some more substantive doors now on your castle, and you might want to look at placing iron doors. So if you want to go back to your inventory and look in doors, you should find some iron doors that you want to place in your, there we go, the iron door, and drop that into your inventory. Go back to your castle and see if you can program your doors on your castle to open with a switch. Now, here's the thing. This is on the surface so we can see how it operates. But if you're doing a more refined build, you want to put it underground. So your circuitry can go down into a hole and up and be covered by blocks. For the moment, run it over the top of the earth, but then you can have a go at refining it. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to ask you to show us your automated doors on your castle. Is everyone good with that?
Yep.
So maybe the lever can be near your guard.
Should both doors open when you do it?
Sorry?
Should both doors open?
You'd have to do a splitter. Remember on the dynamite, you run it to a point and then split it into two pathways.
So what is it called? A splitter?
You need, yeah, run it to two pathways. But iron, the reason I'm asking you to put iron doors is you cannot open an iron door by right mouse clicking on it. You have a look at it. You can open a wooden door, right mouse clicking on it. Iron doors are locked. That's the reason I wanted you to put iron. It's not a splitter, you're creating a split path for your. Well, I'll try it while we're here in this one. Delete my door and put an iron door. Oh, and yeah, it helps if you don't delete your switch. So you need to run a second pathway with your redstone. So if you watch what I'm doing, if I go back to my redstone path, I'm going to lay a second pathway, walk around this way so you can see it. I'm going to run a second pathway of redstone. If I don't smash everything. A second pathway of redstone that will run to the second door. So I've run off, I'm going to turn around and come back into the second door. So the switch is impacting two things.
Stupid cows in the way.
I have got to, the reason I'm sending you all, apart from multiple reasons, is I need to move some things around. I've got to get space.
I'm just playing with it now to see what I have, see if I run around the back of it.
Okay, I've done a very basic one.
Let's see this, please.
We'll just look at the waterfall happening around the front of mine.
Have you still got a beautiful waterfall?
Yeah, well, some type of waterfall.
Can you put redstone in the walls of your
Uh,
castle?
between the walls, yes. It can run over a wall.
Okay. Let me see.
So I'm going to ask you to show us what you've done in 2 minutes. Okay, while you're doing that, I've got a video I can play that will help us with the double doors. So I'm just going to change the sharing so that I can show you that.
Okay, no worries. Thanks,
Okay.
Taskbar, building block, redstone, repeaters, pressure plates.
So this is a bit more
The
sophisticated.
middle,
You might want to
that's
try for.
where your doors are going to go. So let's get started. First off, what you need to do is put a block there and a block there, which is in the center on the edges. You put redstone on top of that block and redstone on top of that block. Then you get your repeaters, and you want your repeaters pointing into this block with no delay, just pointing into it. Same on the other side, and then same on this side as well, pointing into the block. Then you get your redstone and you join these repeaters up. It should bend into the repeater like that. Join it up on the other side so it's symmetrical. You see that? Now what you need to do is put your path in. You're going to walk across. Then get your pressure plates, put them down. Side there. You can get a quick look at it. As you can see, when I tread on the pressure plates, the redstone lights up. Both sides, that's exactly what you want. Now you need to get your doors and put them in the middle. And that should work. No matter what pressure plate I tread on, both doors open at the same time.
So,
On both sides. Let's cover it up. Get your building block, cover the sides in. See there's redstone here, but you can place a block on top of that. Put it in there. Put it in there. Cover that side in. And then build the frame around. Can't see any redstone, nice and compact. And simple. And now, if you don't want pressure plates outside your house, so things can get in that you don't want, just destroy these pressure plates. And then they're just on the inside of the house, so when you go out. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
okay, so do we want to have a go at doing that one?
Hey.
Which will, oh, stop. Go back. We want to go back and follow this one. So we're going to dig a hole. Now, before that, let's go have a look at your doors. I'm going to get you to share. So I'll turn off my sharing, share what you've done so far. So who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Let's see. For some reason, the menu keeps disappearing at the bottom for me. There we go. Okay, can you see?
Yeah. Okay, we're seeing a guard. We're seeing you. Oh, 2 guards.
Put my 2 guards, and then my iron doors, and then I put a lever here, which opens my iron doors, but weirdly also opens my trap doors. Which,
If you look
everything-
at, it's adjacent to the trap doors. So it's
Yeah.
running, anything it's running adjacent to it powers. So the
Yeah.
guard could choose to let you in or drop you in a hole.
yeah. But if I tried putting another lever next to this guard and running some redstone back this way, but it joined up in that square and then it wouldn't open the doors.
Yeah, I think if we have a go at that second, the one I just showed you in the video, you need to use repeaters in there to separate the 2 circuits. Yeah.
And then I put some redstone lamps above, hoping that it would go through the door into the lamps, but it doesn't.
Okay. But maybe a repeater there would help.
Because that's why I asked you, could you put them on the walls, but it won't let me place the redstone dust up the wall to connect to the lamp.
Oh, okay. But it can run over rock.
Maybe because I've got vines on it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you've got trapdoors and doors working.
Yeah.
The nice thing is if you try to right click on the iron doors, that's why I got you to do an iron door. You can't open those by right clicking. So they're a locked door without power. Okay, who else wants to show where they're at? Excuse me having a drink here.
Yeah, I can have a go. I reckon. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So the lever's there.
And the door opens. Okay.
Very basic.
No, but that's the start of it. It's understanding basic circuitry that then you can move on and do lots more exciting things. Excellent. Show us your NPC. I want to see what your NPC does while we're there.
I just same, I think, as yours. Castle just goes to some information about some castles. And yeah, the diamond sword, yeah, you can still get
Cool. Excellent.
that.
Great. And Chloe,
Yeah.
you want to share?
Prepare to be amazed.
Did you change over to the laptop, Taylor, or are you still on your iPad?
Yeah, I did. So I'm a little bit behind now.
That's all right. We understand.
So mine is at the side of my castle at the moment.
So it's a secret entrance.
Yes. And
Ooh,
then
that's
you
cool.
can go up the stairs to the other doors.
Okay. Cool.
There's no waterfall happening in there.
Excellent. And your
And my guard, I don't think my guard really works yet. I've
okay.
changed his name, but I haven't added the URL yet.
Okay. Excellent. And Taylor. So
Yep. Screen. Sorry.
you just stop.
How do we do the command again for the NPCs?
Sorry.
What was the command again for the NPCs?
For it to give you something.
Yeah, how do I get it to give me the sword?
So it's give space at T space diamond underscore sword.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, slash give.
Yep.
So it knows it's a
Okay.
command. Anything in Minecraft with a slash in front of it is expected to be a command.
I can't share my screen because I'm on 2 different computers, but I'll just like hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I remade the one that I did before,
Yeah.
and that's my NPC. His name's Fred. And then if you go, like I did you can't really see it that well, but I did a sign
Mm-hmm.
on the other side and there's trapdoors.
And they got a moat trapdoor as well.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty.
then I did my lead on top of the block so it wasn't on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click it, it opens one door.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Cool. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have a play at trying to put a repeater in to see if we can time the 2 doors in there. So let's go back into our Minecraft and see if we can do that.
You want us to build different doors? We don't want us to knock down our castles, surely.
No, let's not. Let's move away and follow this door system here. This is a more complex thing, but I think it helps us understand how we can make more than the basic circuitry. So let's move away to a space where we can dig a hole. Let me just check how much the hole needs to have.
What is up, guys? Biggs here, and I've got another tutorial for you. Today, what we're going to be doing is double doors, just like you see here. And yeah, some of you might be thinking that Mojang fixed double doors in the recent patch, and they did. You're right, they did fix it. You can now use pressure plates with double doors.
So we're going to use
The only
pressure
problem
plates too.
These is that you have to tread in the pressure plates directly in the middle to get both doors to open at the same time. If you don't, then that happens. One door opens and the other one doesn't, or they don't open at the same time. So if you're a little bit OCD like me and you want both doors to open at the same time, no matter what pressure plate you tread on, then this is what I'm going to show you today, like this. That pressure plate open at the same time.
Okay, so we're going to do an 8x4, I think it's 2-block hole. Let me just double check.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to show you today. So first off, what you need to do is you need to dig a hole that is 4 by 5 by 2 down.
Okay, 4 by 5 by 2 down.
Got it. And then, was it a repeater he used?
Yeah. I'm going to step you through the video so we can follow along together. So dig the hole, two deep, 4 by 5.
Yep.
So you can see that clearly. 2 down, 5, 4. And what you're going to need to do this is everything I've got here in my taskbar: building block, redstone, repeaters, pressure plates, doors.
Okay, so I'll take that back to full screen so because we missed that bit on the, so you can see it. So it's hole and then
By 2 down. So you can see that clearly. 2 down, 5, 4. And what you're going to need to do this is everything I've got here in my taskbar: building block, redstone, repeaters, pressure plates, and doors.
okay, so make sure you grab those. You want some building blocks, some redstone dust, some repeaters, some pressure plates. Now, pressure plate takes the place of a switch. Stepping on the pressure plate is the same as flipping the switch on or off. So you need each of those in your control bar.
Repeater.
I'll do that too in the background while you're doing that. I have no trouble digging holes. I'm really good at digging holes. I'm an expert at digging holes.
I think so. Does it have to be a brick or a block? Could be one of each. I don't know. Stone brick kind of thing.
What blocks are we supposed to use?
Lever, door, repeater, poke, pressure plate. Or pressure plate.
Yay, mine works.
Oh, here you go. Pressure plate. Over the door.
So you want redstone, you want pressure plates.
Yeah.
If you search plate, you should find them in pressure plates.
Or door, they, no, not door, not door.
What about the building blocks? What ones are they?
I just use stone.
Yeah.
What do I do? I don't know what I'm doing next.
You make the bottom level that stone.
No, I didn't. I just did it on soil.
Oh, okay. I've done mine there now. So the whole bottom level needs to be. I don't know. She's sectioned as well. Oh, shoot.
Pressure plates. Repeaters. I have to get repeaters. All right, advanced. Is everyone ready for the next bit of the video?
Yeah.
I'll get my repeaters.
I need to put my box.
Oh, should. Okay, let's go on with what's happening in the video.
Maybe not. Do you need another layer down?
Are you still seeing the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right,
The
so
middle, and that's where your doors are going to go. So let's get started. First off, what you need to do is put a block there and a block there, which is in the center on the edges.
okay, so block and block, center, 3N, either side. Everyone there? Cool.
Put redstone on top of that block and redstone on top of that block.
So drop redstone on the top of each block.
It needs to be down more.
You want your repeaters pointing into this block with no delay, just pointing into it. Same on the other side, and then same on this side as well, pointing into the block.
So you have
You
to,
get your redstone.
so you need to put those repeaters in and turn around and go and put them on the other side. So the block facing the middle block, go and put in your repeaters either side.
Oh, a little bit behind. You need to put the redstone here and here and yeah, and the repeaters on the sides. I don't know if I'm up too far. Yeah, anyway, let's soon find out.
So give me a thumbs up when you've got those in. Yep, cool. Everyone good? You right, Danielle?
Yep, you're in.
Okay, let's go.
You want
Okay, yeah.
repeaters up. It should bend into the repeater like that. You want it up and up.
So just lay redstone on the path around the outside. It should turn a corner when it recognises coming to the repeater. All good?
Almost.
Well, mine hasn't turned. Mine's only turned 1/4. Does that mean my repeaters are facing the wrong way?
Yeah, probably.
Mine is too.
Okay, I need to fix that.
All good?
Yeah, I think so. Getting there.
Yeah, it depends how you're facing when you lay the repeater. Where you're standing. You need to stand in the corner.
Yeah.
Really. Facing where you want to put the repeater. So now we know we've got a complete circuit that goes right around the perimeter of the hole.
Other side, so it's symmetrical. See that?
So has everyone got that? Something that looks like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Good.
Now what you need to do is put your path in. You're going to walk across.
Yeah, my hole wasn't deep enough.
Push your plates. Put them down.
So the path, and then put pressure plates at either end. So we're now not using switches. The switches is the avatar standing on the pressure plate or clicking on the pressure plate. All right.
Like that. We can get a quick look at it. As you can see, when I tread on the pressure plates, the redstone lights up. Both sides. That's exactly what you want. Now you need
So
to get
did
your
you
doors
see
from the
that
middle.
to test it? If you stand on the pressure plate, it should light up the redstone.
Oh, it's exciting.
Cool, huh? Everyone got that happening?
Not quite.
Really?
All right, I'm happy to wait. It's all good.
I don't think my hole was deep enough, but I thought I did 2 down. Does it matter?
I don't think so. As long as everything, if it's above ground, it won't matter. It's just elegant. I mean, this is demonstrating how to do it underground, so you don't actually see the circuitry.
Yeah.
But if it's above ground, it's just, yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, mine's not long enough. 2, 4, 5. How can it be 5? Yeah.
Are we good?
Yep. Nearly.
All right. It's all good. I was aiming to finish close to 12 because your project for the half hour that we would have carried through to 12:30 is to finish your castle with some added interactivity in your castle build. And I'm going to ask you to share those after today, so you might want to work on them during the week. What will we set as a good date to have them finished?
Mine's just killing everything.
I don't know.
By the weekend?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So if we said by the weekend, if you could share your castle builds, you can share the world you built in if you want to, so we can interact with it, or you could use your camera tool to take some screenshots and point to the interactivity, or you could create a little video walk around inside your world. However you want to share what you've developed, I'd love to see it. And we can share it in our Academy's page in Teams, in the Academy's cluster page channel. So that, because everyone will marvel at what you've done. Okay, so we need, has everyone got their pressure plates working? So when you stand on
No,
the,
you can cut me out. Mine went a little bit crazy.
when you
We'll get
stand
there.
on the pressure plate, you'll see the redstone light up.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll put the link to, I don't know if I added this in the space, but I'll put the link to this in the Zoom so that we can, if you want to go back and refollow the steps, you can. All right, so next he's put down the doors in the middle.
That should work, no matter what pressure plate.
So he laid the doors on the third block in the middle, and then standing on the pressure plate should open the doors. I see lots of concentration. Are they working? Thumbs up if you've got it working. Yep. Good. Thanks, Taylor. Thanks, Kirsty. How are we going?
No, I'm still,
Yeah,
I'm going
she'll get
again.
there.
All right. I'll put the link in our space so you can come back But it would be nice in your castle if you can build your interactivity or your redstone circuitry so it's not running on the top of the ground, because that makes people go, ooh, ah, you know, like they'll realize the amount of great work you've done. So at least you've got, we want some signage, we want some, oh, I should finish the video so you can see the end anyway. And he just fills in the space then.
At the same time. On both sides. Now to cover it up, get your building block, cover the sides in. You can see there's redstone here, but you can place a block on top of that. Put it in there. Put it in there. Cover that side in. And then build the frame around.
See, even he breaks things in places.
Can't see any redstone, nice and compact. It's simple.
You see, you couldn't place a block on the redstone, it's above the redstone, but it covers it up. So when you look at that, it's a much more sophisticated build than something with the redstone running along the top of the ground. So for your build, we want to see a castle with some agents performing a job at the castle and giving us something. We want to see some redstone powered objects in your castle. And have at it and have a lot of fun.
Okay, I will be back here at 1.
Yes, I'm giving, let's all have an hour. I think we need a break because, you know, it's a long time to be sitting down concentrating, and then we're coming back and doing it all again for coding. So yeah, back at 1.
Okay.
Just on 1. And we'll get into doing some coding.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Did everyone enjoy that? Was that fun?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. It's good.
Okay. Well, I'll put the link to this video in our space, and you can get in. Or actually, I can give it to you in Zoom. Let me just stop sharing, and I can do that, and then you can jump in. I have to put it in the chat. There we go. There's the link. Did you get it?
Stuck. I've got animals stuck in my hole. Just don't know how to get rid of them.
You're going to have to kill them or collect them. You just keep hitting them.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Like that. They ran back to the hole.
So there's lots of fun little interactivity I didn't include, like riding a horse or how to tame an animal, and how to farm animals, how to breed animals. Those are all pieces of interactivity that you can have in Minecraft. If you're building an adjacent farm to your castle, you could look at that, how you could farm some animals in adjacent to your castle. You can go a little crazy if you want. So has everyone got the link to that video?
Yep.
I think most of you got that working, so that's cool. So show me how much you can do with redstone. Have a look. There's some links in the PDF that will take you to some more ideas of what to do with redstone. But it's basically thinking, okay, I need a circuit. I need something that turns the circuit on, and I need something that it acts on, so that it's something that it completes the action. So it's exactly the same as the circuitry we have in our homes and in the rest of our lives. All right, let's see you back at 1. It's a separate call number, meeting number, I think I sent to you all. So I'm going to close this one, and we'll see you in an hour.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Pam.
Bye.